The 10 most brain dead ways to get your first wholesale deal. Guys, my name is Rick, and in today's video, I'm going to walk through in no particular order, just 10 ways anybody can get their first wholesale deal, and let's just jump into it. But before I do that, do me this favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this video with someone who wants to learn how to get started in wholesaling. So in this video, I'm going to give you a lot of ideas. Once again, just a reminder, there is no specific order, but if I'm trying to get my first deal, I would attack every one of these. You decide which one you want to hit first. Let's get into it. First and foremost, a lot of people just ignore their title company, and they actually serve a different purpose other than just closing your wholesale deals. In fact, title companies do so many transactions that they know who the best cash buyers are. They know the deals that fall apart. They know the best probate attorneys. They know the realtors that deal with cash buyers. I'm here to tell you guys, a lot of title companies also have access to data and court records like probate. And I'm telling you, build a relationship with them, find the person that you can connect with there, and use them to provide you leads. Yes, I said it, your title companies. I've done so many deals every year. When people fall apart and stuff, they go, Rick, can you help us out? I usually get a deeper discount. They get a title closing, they get their fees, I get a great deal, and the seller gets a cash buyer, and it's a great deal. And then my buyers get a great deal. Don't overlook your title companies. They are a secret gold mine when it comes to wholesaling. Next one, property management companies. I was doing this way back in 2003, and I still do it in 2026. A property management company is basically owned by a real estate broker, which they have real estate agents that are licensed under them that manage properties. Why do they manage properties? Because it is a lead funnel for them. Those property managements, they typically charge around 10%, and they manage properties. And from that, the goal is to convert them into listings. That's right. So it makes sense why a real estate agent does it. Typically, they have between 1 and 3 employees under them that manage a portfolio. I like companies that got like 500 or more properties because the statistical odds of having properties that are run down, that are vacant, have difficult renters, and or difficult landlords is pretty high. On average, about 2 to 3% of them are problematic properties. And these people would love to get them sold. And the whole idea is so they can get them listed and get their commissions on it and get that headache landlord out of their hair and get that just nightmare of a property and tenant out. So if they had 500 properties and on average, just say 3% of them really need to be sold, that's 15 properties right there. Like, it's just a statistical. I don't really want to chase management companies got like 20 or 30 properties. Go for the bigger numbers and use your skill building to build rapport with the agent that's in charge and just befriend them. And I'm telling you, you'll be shocked at how many deals they'll send you. And the key here is just pay them their full commission. Pay them on both sides. Who cares? They know it's a problem property. They just want to get rid of it. And if they can get paid and get rid of a headache, it is a win-win for everybody involved. Next one is like garage sales. No. I don't want you to go to the garage sales to buy trinkets and stuff like that. Garage sales actually have a huge motivation built into it. And it's not what you think it is. You see, garage sales usually indicate someone's making a change in their life. So instead of you attending the garage sale, I don't want you to do that. I want you to find all the garage sales in your area. You can look them up on Facebook Marketplace, the old school Craigslist, or usually cities and counties will have sites where you have to get permits to do garage sales. Yeah, you got to get permits. And then get all those listings and then basically cross-reference them to the property appraiser site. You can use AI, you can use a VA, it doesn't matter. There's not that many. And find the ones that are absentee owners. How is it an absentee owner? They have a different mailing address. That indicates it is a landlord property and they're using it for rental. When you see there's a garage sale, a lot of times it's what we call the midnight move out. They're behind on the rent, the property's run down, and you might possibly file an eviction filing on it. Now, for the most part, there's not an eviction filing. And by you finding that landlord, reaching out to them, either cold calling them, texting them, whatever you can do, a fast response, you actually give them incredible information. You help them out. And the most important is it gives you first dibs to buy that problematic property that's either run down, trashed, and usually producing no income. You can make an offer just to buy the property. The landlord thanks you for giving you privy information that nobody else would share with them, and it's a huge win. We do this all the time. We find that garage sales are indicative of renters trying to move out quickly, trying to squeeze that last buck to scrape up their money for their next project. Don't overlook garage sales. Next one, the good old one, just driving for dollars. Get in your car and just look for ugly properties. I call the driving for dollars like the catch-all. Now, this is if you're locally. If you're virtually, it's a little bit more challenging unless you can pay someone to do it. Look for high grass, look for boarded up windows, look for blue tarps on roof. Look for things that just look really odd and out of the place. And after you see it, one of my favorite ones is knocked over mailboxes, because if they're not getting the mail, they're definitely not paying bills. And that is the telltale sign of a motivated seller. Guys, Driving for Dollars is a private list. It's exclusive to you. It's the best way to find your tax delinquencies, your probates, and your foreclosures, because the house will tell you. You just got to reach out, connect with the homeowner, and see if they'll allow you to solve their problem by buying their property. It's just good old fashioned. Big numbers, guys. Try to get at least $500 a month. Change your route home to work, whatever you do, and collect those addresses and fill it up. Guys, don't overlook X leads. Like, just, you can get a basic account as low as $81 a month and you get 25,000 leads in there. I want you to pull the vacancy list, one of the easiest lists to pull. You only have to pull it like once or twice a year because it doesn't change that often. And guys, with that 25,000 leads and X leads, if you don't use them all, go out there, spread the wealth, share your list with other wholesalers just getting started in the game. We call it a learn and earn program. Give them the skip trace list, have them call on it. And if they find someone who's motivated in selling their property, they can work with you. You'll do a JV and just split it with them 50-50. Do not nickel and dime them to death. We do tons of deals like this. It doesn't cost you anything in marketing. And the reality is the hardest part of wholesaling is marketing and connecting with these niche type of sellers. If you can get other people to do it for you, it is phenomenal. Don't worry about splitting it, because you would have never got that money without their help. Use the learn and earn, use the vacancy list, use X leads. If you want to learn more, go over to xleads.com. Now, the next one, I'm a broken record on this. I'll tell you, it's government lists. How me and my son coin phrase this, it's because it's the truth. They've been around forever. They were my initial success. They're my success today. It's how I got my son started, and it's how I've taught hundreds of thousands of people to get started in wholesaling, especially if you don't have money. You see, the government does the work for you. Nobody chooses to be a motivated seller. Just life happens to them. It's happened to me. It's probably happened to you. And we need to help people out there. Those people need help. Specifically on the government list, I want you to pull the code violations, the tax delinquencies, the pre-foreclosures, and you know it, I want you to pull the probates. Now, you're going to get some resistance with it. It's okay. I teach you how to overcome resistance with persistence. If you want to learn more on exactly how to attack these lists and find out about all the lists we provide for the government list, go over to freewholesaling.com. We share the whole thing with you, and I don't even charge you. It is a free course me and my son created, and everything in this video will go in great detail if you go over to freewholesaling.com. Guys, I'm going to teach you about good old-fashioned networking. This is just networking with people to find JVs, joint ventures, which you can use social media, you can use investor groups, and it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of people on the same journey with you. Why not work together? Someone finds a buyer, someone finds a seller, and you both partner up together. In fact, I found some of my best partners by doing joint ventures. I like people that take the same attitude as me, and they just want to get to work. By finding joint ventures through social media, it's one of the best ways to actually grow your business. Another way for networking is just go to REIA events, Real Estate Investor Associations. This is a local group. You finally get out from the computer, you get to shake hands, you get to meet people, you meet vendors, you meet title companies, hard money, soft money lenders. You get to meet other people in your same position, and you get to meet seasoned pros like myself and countless others like my son. So guys, I like REIAs. Sometimes we got to be belly to belly because it connects, and we always need that connection. I find it extremely motivating, and you can actually walk out of there with leads and ideas and JV partners. Don't overlook REIAs. Okay, so my next one is physical bandit signs. Yeah, that's it. Rick said physical bandit signs. 18 by 24 white piece of coroplast. You can get it from your local box stores. I would find a local sign company and just pay them. You only got to get 10, 20, or 30 at the most. Put out 10 at a time. Use a black large Sharpie marker. You can buy them at your box stores. And guys, they work. One side, 3 lines. I show you actually how to do this. Let me just tell you right now. The top line is sell your house today. Second line is any condition, any situation. Third line, your virtual phone number. Do not put your cell phone number on there. And for God's sakes, when they call, answer the phone. It takes a lot of guts for them to call. And just put these signs in like small clusters so it looks like you're pretty big. And you want to make sure when someone drives by, they can take a picture with their phone. So make sure that people slow down and they can see the signs. If you don't know where to put them, just look in your area and find. You'll typically find mattress signs and like dating site signs. Just follow them because they get countless leads, and guys, they work. Now, make sure it's legal in your area. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm telling you they work. On the other side of it, you can do digital bandit signs for you people that are much more adept on the internet. You can go on social media. You're going to do like the same type of signs, but we teach you how to use AI to integrate in groups you're already organically connected with you, and show you how you can use graphics that doesn't cost you a penny, and show you how you can do advertising when all your competition's spending $5,000 to $10,000 to $15,000, and you can actually do it for free. You're going to have to be consistent, and you're going to have to put time in, but man, it really works. Check it over at freewholesaling.com. wholesaling.com. Next one, Bandit comments. That's right. We invented this years ago. And you know those slick talking wholesaler dudes that do these big advertising campaigns? They go out and hire these companies to do their advertising for them, and they forget about the comments. Well, the gold is in the comments, guys. There's people asking questions all the time. Most of these wholesalers or these marketers, cash buyers, whatever you want to call them, they don't man the comments, and they don't pay the people to man the comments. I get leads from the comments. So you could spend $5,000 on an ad, and I will just sniper the comments. Once they make a comment, you can connect with them, turn it into a DM. That's your lead. All's fair in wholesaling. And remember, marketing is the #1 skill set. I love when people spend $5,000 on marketing. I spend $0 and I get the same leads. Call it what you want, but the best marketer will always win in wholesaling. Next one, Zillow FSBOs. This is often overlooked, and I used to frown upon this, but I got to tell you, in 2026, this marketing is rocking, and it's easy. There's no cost to it. Here's the 2 parameters I want you to look. Make sure that the listings are at least 90 days old. Why? Because they've been beat up in the market. It's usually overpriced, or the property's run down, or it's a combo of both. After 90 days, I promise you got the message that they got the wrong price on it. At some point, they're going to switch from a seller that wants to sell to a seller that needs to sell. This is when they start ripening and they're ready for it. I'd also like you to add any price reductions, at least one. If you want to use a price reduction filter, you got to do it on your mobile phone. It doesn't work on your desktop. Don't ask me why. I prefer 2 price reductions and 90 days or older. These people are open to talking to you, and the idea is they switch from a seller that wanted to sell to the seller that needs to sell. Maybe they moved out, maybe they're behind on the mortgage. There's always a reason someone's selling a property. Remember, these are free. You're going to have to go through some quantity, but you've watched me and Zach go online and actually pull these leads and actually buy their properties and assign them to cash buyers. If I can do it, you can do it. These are free. Just dig in there, roll your sleeves up, and make those calls. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with one last bonus one. I don't think I even included this in numbers. Is go to your county office and do this. Get a list of all property records that have had a quick claim deed in the last 6 months. You can even go back to the last year, maybe even 2 years. But why do I say quick claim deed? It should be titled QC. You should be able to get this data hopefully for free from your county tax collector's office or property appraiser's office. Some of you guys can pull it online. The reality is a quick claim deed usually indicates there is a problem. And by the way, most quick claim deeds have title issues, which makes them problematic selling. And a lot of people think they can just wipe their name off of a title. It's not always that easy. When I find a quick claim, because most of the properties I buy have a quick claim issue, why not just go straight to the quick claim? Look for the QCs in your county. You'll thank me later. This list is not big, but dang, it is worth it. It has always been gold for me. It's not as easy as you think to pull the list online. So you have a competitive advantage if you can pull it from your county data records. Quick claim deeds, guys, are golden. So guys, there you have it. 10 of the most brain dead ways that anybody can get their first wholesaling deal. Guys, I could go on and on. I love to do it. If you want to learn more on details on how to do this, go over to freewholesaling.com. Don't worry, it's on the house. Me and Zach, we provide a course. We just recently updated it, and it is the most robust, the most deep wholesaling course you'll find out there. Go ahead and check it out at freewholesaling.com. And let me know in the notes which of these techniques you're going to use. Maybe I sparked your interest in finding an additional way to find motivated sellers. But remember, guys, go in, do a lot of quantity, and keep at it and show up every day as wholesaling. Let me know in the comments of which of these methods you're going to use. And if you got value from this video, and do me a favor, share this video with someone who wants to learn the truth about wholesaling. This is Rick Ginn. I'll see you in the next video.